Now, since last time we talked, I actually started a platform called Vlad Stocks.
I heard.
On Instagram, as well as a YouTube series, which I think I'm up to about 7 videos now, where, I basically do right around a 10-minute video on different topics, about, how much money you should have before you start investing, or how you should get rid of your credit before you start investing, or here's what a dividend stock is, or here is the difference between investing and gambling and so forth.
Gotcha.
So we talk about a lot of different topics on this. One of the things that was brought up on the Vlad Stocks Instagram page was a college education. And this is something that you actually covered on one of your talks on your YouTube channel, where you gave your views on college, which I think are a little bit different than mine.
Okay.
So tell me your view when it comes to a college degree.
I feel like education is ultra important. I don't feel like it has to be college. And I feel that college has been heavily promoted because of the corporations, the government, and those who give the loans that benefit from everyone going to college. Where we see many people go to college and leave out, and I would say probably less than 50% are really having, the careers they want or dreamed of. I think that you need to get a expertise and an education, some kind of specialized knowledge, whatever it may be, whether it be real estate or culinary or whatever it might be, I don't know, cosmetology or any kind of education to education, but don't buy into the dream that college then all somehow becomes the end all be all to this dream life. And so I feel like the over promotion of college, kind of the inflated promotion of it, is the trap.
I think there is a certain degree of truth in what you're saying, where a lot of people do think, I'm going to go to college, any college, and get any degree, and when I graduate, I'm going to make a good amount of money, which would have been different than if I had just graduated from high school.
Correct.
I agree with that. And the reality is, if you go to a low-ranking college, not based on my personal ranking, but there is, standard rankings, U.S. News and World Report and so forth. Mm-hmm. And you major in a major such as philosophy or liberal arts. You coming out and having a high-paying job and having a good chance to quickly pay off your school loans is rather low.
Right. Where's that asterisk at? No one says that asterisk. They just say go to college and get a degree.
Just go to college.
Not go to a good college, not go to a college and focus on a particular type of successful career path. It's just go to college. Right. And that's what
exactly. And a lot of people in that boat will come out feeling like college is a scam, mm-hmm. that they now have a lot of school loans, which are going to take a long time to pay off because their salary is not extremely high.
Right.
And, they could potentially get caught in a cycle and feel like they wasted a bunch of their time.
Well, they were scammed. They were, they were misinformed.
Yeah.
For the sake of paying a tuition so other people can eat.
If you take a college graduate from a top university, Harvard, Stanford, Yale, Berkeley, any Ivy League, and so forth, you will never really hear that person say, I wish I never went to school.
Facts.
And I cannot get a job with this on my resume. Mm-hmm. You also take a person that's not necessarily from a top school, but someone who has a STEM major, which is mathematics, sciences, technology. And the unemployment rate for these people is almost zero. Go to Silicon Valley with a computer science degree and see how many job offers you get.
You're good.
6 figures easy.
Right.
I think like the average Google salary is something like $175,000 and so forth.
Right.
So in that regard, you never hear people in that boat saying, man, this college shit was a scam. I wish I never paid all this money. Right. How am I going to pay back these school loans? They can pay back those school loans probably in the first year.
But most of those people come from well-to-do families who, most of those people in Ivy League schools come from well-to-do families. Most. Yes.
Well, let's take away
most meaning more than not. Yes.
Okay, so let's take away the Ivy League part and just look at the STEM majors. Look at mathematics and engineering. I don't think that has to do with well-to-do families.
Right. It may not be well-to-do financially, but what I'm saying is that when you reverse it, the ones that are going to the community colleges and the lower-rated colleges and just picking any kind of college education, they're not coming from families typically with a history of college or that kind of level of astutness who can really educate them on here's how you do it. They're just happy to see anyone from their family go to college. Hey, boy, girl, you better go somewhere. And we think it's a win, especially among the urban community. And
right.
I don't want anyone to think I'm a hypocrite here. I have an 18-year-old daughter. She just finished her first year at one of the top colleges in the country. All right, so, you know, I believe in college, but we did it the right way. We did it informed, and I let her know going through college, hey, you can learn, you can do international relations, you can do whatever it is you want to do, but you're also going to learn how to be an owner as well. You're not going to come out of college and just be someone's employee. If you're going to be a psychologist, you're going to own the practice. If you're going to do whatever you're going to do, you're going to be in some kind of ownership position.
Well, I mean, a CEO is technically an employee.
True.
The CEO of Amazon works for the shareholders. He is not an owner outside of the shares of the company that he owns.
Well, right, and I'm not saying that all employees are bad, but I'm instilling the mindset of ownership. I guarantee you the CEO of Amazon has an extensive real estate portfolio and or stock portfolio, right?
Well, he definitely has a stock portfolio. I don't know about his real estate
portfolio. I would guarantee you, I bet you anything in the world he does, because that's what wealthy people do. They acquire assets, they own real estate.
Some do. I mean...
all do. 90%.
Well, I mean, in terms of commercial real estate, yeah, I would say most do.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, commercial real estate, yeah. I mean, in terms of, but then, you know...
I mean, second homes. You yourself say you have your home here and a home there. Most people
I rent both homes.
My point is you own them both. Oh, you rent both, you said? Oh, well, that's...
I rent both.
Well, that's your bad. But but most do own, whether it be commercial real estate or second or third homes, vacation homes. The whole point is I'm saying if I were not in a financial, mind you, I was a high school dropout. I went back to a bad kids program and graduated, but I never, went to college. Mm-hmm. But I was able to build a career for myself. But if I didn't know what I knew from a financial perspective, I wouldn't have the skills or astuteness to be able to forward on to my daughter to say, hey, look, just don't be a college. My whole point is saying, just don't be a college graduate. Just don't be a college graduate and go get a job and think that you've made it in life. There's more to it. There's more we have to build as a family legacy. We have a lot of catching up to do. And so I'm just saying for those who are going to college or the urban or inner city families, I just want you to think higher and not be complacent just in that college 9-to-5 rat race.
Right. But on the flip side, though, having a good job with a growing company where you're appreciated and there's upward mobility is also a very good solution.
Nothing wrong with it.
Because ultimately, as a business owner, most people are not exactly built to do this type of job and want to do this type of job. Like I don't work anywhere near 40 hours a week. I work more like 100 hours a week. And people have different priorities. So I think that you don't really want to just downplay being an owner and being a boss for everybody, because everyone doesn't want to actually do that.
Right. And when I say owner, I don't mean just of the company. Like I have staff, right? I have people that work within our company, but I still promote and allow them to try e-commerce businesses, try other side hustles, to own real estate, get a 2-family house, live in one side, rent the other out. When I say be an owner, I mean just don't be the person that gets a good job, you make 6 figures a year, you rent an apartment, and then you die and leave nothing behind but, debt or maybe some savings money, right? I'm saying own some stocks, own some REITs, own your shares in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. Own something is my point, no matter what part of the workforce you come in at.